The strange librarian gave me a whole new life. In high school, there was this librarian, Mrs. Carter, who everyone thought was strange. She wasn't mean, just quiet, always wearing thick glasses and a cardigan that seemed 2 sizes too big. Most students ignored her, only going to the library when they had to. But for me, the library became a refuge. I didn't have the best home life. My dad was gone, my mom worked 2 jobs, and I didn't exactly fit in with the other kids. One day, after getting into an argument with some classmates, I ducked into the library to avoid them. Mrs. Carter was shelving books, but when she saw me sitting in the corner, she didn't say a word. Instead, she walked over, placed a book on the table in front of me, and walked away. The book was To Kill a Mockingbird. At first, I didn't want to read it, but I flipped through the pages out of boredom. By the end of the day, I couldn't put it down. The next time I came to the library, she had another book waiting for me. It became our unspoken routine. Every week, she'd quietly recommend something new, and I'd lose myself in those pages. One day, as I was returning a book, she finally spoke. "You have a gift," she said, pointing to the essay I had left inside as a bookmark. It was just a writing assignment for English class, but she read it and thought it was brilliant. "You should write more," she said. "Your voice deserves to be heard." I laughed it off, but she didn't. Over the next few months, she started pushing me to enter writing competitions. I resisted at first, but her encouragement felt genuine, and I didn't want to disappoint her. I ended up winning a statewide contest, something I never would have dreamed of before. On my last day of high school, she handed me a leather-bound journal. Inside, she wrote, "For the stories only you can tell. Never stop writing." Years later, when I published my first novel, the first copy I signed wasn't for my mom, or even myself. It was for Mrs. Carter. I went back to the school library to give it to her, and she cried when she saw it. "I always knew you could do it," she said. To this day, I keep that journal on my desk. It's a reminder that sometimes, all it takes is one person to believe in you to change your life forever.